Welcome to the WSL Post Show. Day one in the bag here at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach, presented by Bonsoy. Big day of competition. Getting things started around first light, finishing off in the dark here. But it has been a stunning day. Good swell, kicked things off, and clean conditions. And obviously we saw that onshore flow kind of kick up, making conditions difficult, but still we had highlight moments this afternoon, Rich, and the pressure on for some of those surfers below the cut line. Yeah, it makes those heats really, really interesting, and they're critical moments. You know, these are moments in these careers of these surfers, and we just saw then Callum Robson devastated not to make that heat. He's got some work to do, but elation for the two newcomers. Yeah, definitely. Vaughan, we were sort of shielded from all the emotion of the moment here in the commentary booth, the warmth of the commentary booth, but you were down there in the field. You could feel it.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing. The Red Bull Athlete Zone, actually, for those elimination heats was just so electrifying. And, you know, there was that one heat in particular with Georgie Patar and Rio, and I think Eli Hanneman was in that. And at the end of the heat, you know, after all those lead changes and all that action, Slater turned around to everyone there and just went, that's the funnest heat I've watched this year.
Wow.
So he was just going, I love it when everyone's fighting for their lives and then the lead changes are all on. Really exciting stuff.
Cool. The good news is that was only the opening round and the elimination round for the men. So we've got so much more to get through, but we did just see a really important heat win there for Kade Matson. He's with Laura.
Yes, guys, it has been an absolutely massive day for Kade. First heat of the morning, last heat of the day. I think 11 hours apart. Kade, that was an awesome way to finish the day. Great heat.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super stoked. It was a really, really long day, but stoked I had opportunity to go home, rest up before the last heat, and yeah, had a fun heat.
And obviously coming into that round, it's gnarly, and you're out there with your good mate Cole Houshman and obviously Callum. How'd you get it done, and what were you looking at heading out into that heat?
Yeah, I kind of went out with a game plan to like just kind of be patient and wait for the waves that I want to go on, you know, and then I lucked into that second wave. It kind of like Callum got the first one and then I was next in line, so it worked out pretty much perfectly. And then I think Callum let me go on the second wave too, which ended up being in my top two too, so I was super stoked on that.
And it kind of felt like as that sun went down, the ocean kind of went a bit calm. Like how was it, you know, just that end of the heat, you know, have you ever surfed a heat so late?
Yeah, I was going back out on the jet ski from my second wave, I think it was, and I just saw the sun. It was like so bright behind the clouds, and I was like, just like getting super grateful. Back out on the ski, I was like, oh yeah, this is sick. So yeah, it was super fun. Well, we better let you go have dinner. You'll be back down here in a few hours.
So maybe we can probably sleep here. You know, camp up for the night. Anyway, Good job, Kade. Into the next round.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Laura. Yeah, well, Vaughan, you've slept down here a couple of times. Rip Curl Media night.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Back in the old days when I wasn't on the clock doing broadcasts, yeah, I did sleep in the bushes here a few times, actually. But this is the latest I've ever been here without some sort of bush doof going on out the back with Nicky Van Dyke covered in glow paint, just sending it.
Yeah, exactly. Big day of competition, some huge heats. We saw Kelly Slater break through for his first win this season, Heat 3 of the elimination round. And Kelly, believe it or not, is surfing his 27th Rip Curl Pro here at Bells Beach. Man, he had a tough draw, though. Yeah, he did, and really up against it. But the GOAT, great to see him out in action here. John Florence, who, you know, looking back at the conditions this morning, it was textbook bells. And these groomed faces perfectly set up for John. And he took them apart. He didn't make it easy for the GOAT with manoeuvres like that. And but Kelly, he just found some inside runners. He got his momentum going, and really great to see him open up. And Seth Manise was also in that heat. He got a few good rides, and well, mate, he's out of the event too, obviously falling victim to the elimination round. But Kelly, great to see, 52 years old, expecting father. And, well, appreciating every moment that we get to watch it.
Yeah, I reckon we all appreciate it. We all love our tour with a side of GOAT, Rich. Just under the lip, and he absolutely loves it, mate. You know he's doing the maths right now to try and figure out how to make this cut somehow, and all he's got to do is do it heat by heat. And with surfing like this was my favourite wave of his in this heat, where he went away from sort of busting fins through the lip, took it out just that little bit further into the pocket and really started leaning into the turns, and that's when the scores started coming for him. Big finish there too.
Yeah, huge finish. Loved his post-heat interview. Loved the way he breaks down these performances. And love the little ribbing, little elbow on the ribs of John Florence. I don't win often, but when I do, it's against John.
Well,
It was good.
not to mention that he hung around for the entire day watching heat. So he's a mad frother, and it's never going to leave him.
No, he's in mad celebration mode. He's really lapping up the experience. He's got a lot of friends here. He spoke about that, been staying with the Green family. The same family he's been staying with, I think, for, well, about 60 years now. But, yeah, it's awesome to see him get that heat win, and we'll see what kind of momentum he can carry. Let's talk about the Boost Mobile heat of the day, because this was a stunning one. We got through the obviously the men's opening round, then straight into the women's opening round. Tyler Wright is chasing history, or to equal history at this venue, looking for a three-peat. And she had a tough draw. Sally Fitzgibbons, she's got 2 victories as well, so she's looking to match Tyler with 3 wins, potentially. And this was the heat of the day, Vaughno. It was
I love this heat.
Incredibly impressive. Boost Mobile coming to the party.
Yeah, and Tyler just came out looking so fast. She was just, you can't really see it on the screen just how much distance she's covering here and how fast she's going, you know. Like, it was a really strong out-of-the-gate performance from Tyler, but, you know, with all the noise around this new generation and what they've done in the first 2 events, haven't the last 2 events really sort of turn the screws as these veterans start putting on these huge performances, and Sally Fitzgibbon getting a amazing ride here at the very, very end to scratch through.
Yeah, under pressure, Sally, and you know that she just lives for these moments. You know, that's what she trains for. That's why she's still so passionate about what she does and the sport that she loves. You know, she's had victories out here, and now she's sort of struggling for her, or fighting for her position on the tour. But that was an incredible heat. As you said, Bono, all the veterans involved, and I really felt like when the wind did turn and Bells got a little junky, Tyler just went, yeah, this is all about me now.
An easy choice for Boost Mobile. Heat of the day. Look at the numbers there for Tyler Wright and Sally Fitzgibbons. And Vaughan caught up with Sally after her impressive 8.43.
Well, here we are in the Red Bull Athlete Zone, and we've got a very special guest from the heat of the day. With our question, Tyler Wright, Sally Fitzgibbons and Tatiana Weston-Webb. Full-blown thuggery, an absolute smash-a-thon, and Sal getting it done to scrape through on your last wave. How did that feel?
I feel like I got the juju from Dan Ross on the ski. So Dan Ross and I go way back, and he's like my OG coach. He's here when I won my first ever event, which was 211 here at Bells, and he cheered me up the stairs. So seeing him on the ski, I just lost it, and every time I went around, he's like, come on, like 2 big turns, and I hadn't really had one that just had that real nice steep section you could lay into. And then, yeah, lost the wave I picked with priority. I kind of just was a dud, and I was like, oh, 30 seconds left. What am I going to do? And then this one come up, and I was like, maybe, and just threw everything at it and got score. It's frothing.
You've been competing for so long, and yet you still sometimes, even at your elite level, find yourself, you know, in these corners when you've had a good heat, you've got good scores on the board, and you still need a score to get through. How do you process that these days?
I think why you keep showing up is the element of surprise. That's the best part of this sport. Like, you look at Bells, you just can't rush this wave, and sometimes it just, like, I don't know, it's a green light or red light, and it tells you what's going on, and I kind of just have to relax into it. I was back against the wall, and you know, having, I guess, that experience at ISA, and just had a ton of heats, and was in a real pickle a lot of the time, and I was just like, man, I got to keep the belief somehow. Just a positive action towards, like, moving on from whether it was a mistake or bad wave, whatever it was, and I'm like, okay, positive step forward. And then I think it may have been, the commentary said that Tati in Portugal got me maybe 9 times in a row in WSL land, and I was like, no, we got to reverse this around, turn the bus around, and we've got a good relationship with that now, and we love battling each other, and she's had, you know, the run of those buzzer beaters, so it's good to get one.
You're such a crowd favourite here at Bells. We're so thrilled that you got that moment. You're standing on the beach when they read out the scores.
Oh, and all the groms around me, so all the groms from Rising Tides, and they were just, like, losing it. And it's that energy, you know, we've been away, you know, in other locations. To have that home crowd is a real thing, and we feed off that and just that energy from Bells itself. So it's double booster, and to get that score was just like, oh, it was electric.
ISA result put you in a really good space. Momentum is flowing. Congratulations. Can't wait to see you in the next round.
Yeah, can't wait. Thanks, everyone. Choo.
Yeah, Sally Fitzgibbons, Rich, buzzing after that big moment today, that excellent score. Pretty impressive. Can she go all the way here?
Well, she has gone all the way here, and I feel like she could do it again. You know, for Sal, it's about tapping into the energy of the place and feeling like she's, you know, in a connection and got a flow with the waves and the conditions. And that was a really important heat. And that last wave could be the moment that everything sort of turns for her. You know, we haven't seen Sal in these final series in a long time, not consistently anyway. So I'd love to see her get back there. She does the work. She believes in herself, and she's still got the talent.
Yeah. Let's see it. Really cool feature, WSL and Yeti, taking you behind the scenes, featuring people that are involved in the Championship Tour events. It's an as told by feature, and this one is from Bells, and it features Anthony Hume.
Surfing's, you'd say, my religion, and I've got my culture. It's just community, day in, day out. My name's Anthony Hume, aka Humey. Everyone knows me as Humey. I work for the WSL on the site team for the Rip Curl Pro down at Bells Beach. When the event comes to town, it's kind of like some family members coming back to town, from the athletes to the WSL's travelling staff. We're actually really, really close. Bells is the sickest place in the world. You've got to love it. So you drive down, it's green. You down there, and it's got a spiritual feeling, which is amazing. The event actually starts with an opening ceremony, and I've been a part of that from pretty much the day they started doing it 15 years ago. And I play the Yidiki, which you all know as a didgeridoo. With the surfers and the opening ceremony and the cleansing part of it, they walk through the smoke, they reflect. We feel proud to give that to them to help them prepare for their competitive ride. Probably the best memories about the event is an athlete. He recognised a lot, and he connected we all know him, Mick Fanning, Ledge. He was the first one down there and the last one to leave when it comes to the ceremonies. He comes straight up, he walks straight past everyone and acknowledge us first. You know it's love and it's connections. My connection to Bells personally is I started working for Surfing Victoria. My role was just mentoring young Indigenous kids, taking them surfing, fishing, go for a bushwalk, going on country, that's what we call it. It's amazing. Like, I don't know, you almost cry. It's getting deep on that one. That's how much it's passionate to me. Bells just glows. It glows. And just sit there with your legs crossed and just feel it and just reset. It's a good place to sit when you've had a hard day. No matter who you are, I think it does that. That's where the connection comes from. It's just that presence. It's a beautiful place.
Cheers, Yeti, and good on you, Humey. Love catching up with him. Every year we come down here, always a big part of the opening ceremony, but also the presentation. He's always involved in that, and yeah, he's recovering from a broken toe at the moment. I said, what big end section hit on the Bell Shore? He said, nah, wrestle with a friend at a barbecue. So all the best, mate, in recovering from that one. But we've got a great looking forecast. I mean, it got tricky this afternoon, but let's see what Surfline's dishing up to us, Rich, because swell is key for any surf event, and it looks pretty promising tomorrow.
Yeah, it does look promising for another run day tomorrow. You know, we've obviously had the tail end of that solid south-southwest swell today. It peaked last night, dropped off through the day, and so tomorrow it's going to be a little smaller, but still very contestable. And I feel like we'll have another. And in the afternoon, it is going to drop down. The wind might be a little questionable in the afternoon again. I've got a feeling like we might be at Winky tomorrow, but don't hold me to that. And then through the week, Thursday, Friday, dropping down again, but then Saturday it starts to bump up again a little bit. So, and then again, the back half of the forecast, like right at the very end of the forecast, is looking promising. There's another little system developing. So we're going to have options. I think we've started with a bang. Some amazing waves. We've got some killer images today. And yeah, tomorrow's going to be interesting.
Let's get stuck into some of those images with our BioGland Daily Dose, our top 5 moments from today. And Vaughan, I've collected some BioGland for you. Looks like you could use a bit of help at the moment. Some vitamins and supplements there, but we have to kick things off with Kelly Slater, his first heat win this year, and it was impressive on turns, on rail, and also setting the tail free a couple of times.
Yeah, no, I think also, yeah, that dead right there. He started the heat just attacking the lip, and as we talked about during this heat, sometimes just attacking the lip here, it just doesn't free you up enough to get the big plume of spray. It can sometimes look a bit sticky, and he went away from that, and his really good scores came in the back half of the heat when he started engaging the rail a bit more.
Yeah, especially when it's onshore. Really hard to get that big lip manoeuvre, but he did it well. He built throughout that heat. It was great.
Diving into number 4 on our daily dose, it was Ethan Ewing, looking so strong, looking to go back-to-back this year.
Mate, he is just looking on point at the moment. Super consistent, and I reckon, I think at this point, the most efficient surfer in terms of style and energy output and the way his technique is at approaching the wave.
And Tyler, our other defending champ, which just performed so well today, looks so sure of herself, super confident, has just clicked back into that winning form.
Spoke to her wife, Lil. She said that she's never seen her so comfortable, and she looks like she's really enjoying her surfing.
Number 3 on our daily dose today, it belongs to the Wildcards. It's rare to see Wildcards progress, in force. And Tully Wiley, he set the pace in this one on the backhand. It was a really close heat, though.
Yeah, gnarly buzzer beater, and the local kid, the local giant, local wildcard, he got it done, and that was that final score that he needed. It was on the stairs when it was delivered. You could see the whole
place went mad.
The whole place went absolutely mad. Commiserations there to Seth.
And this was a fantastic heat from Georgie Pitto. He said that he was just out there to just give it everything. He's up against 2 CT campaigners. And this wave just lit up. That turn in particular was just full fury, went at the lip and got the fin out the back on that section ridge, and it looked insane.
Well, I taught him everything he knows. Local North Stain boy. No, great to see George doing well in his first crack at a CT event. I think he's got more.
And then we dive into number 2. And we saw just the kind of form that saw Medina go a long way through the draw over in Portugal. He's brought that form to these tall walls at Bell's Beach.
Oh, the demo man. He just, get whatever you need destroyed and put it in front of him at the moment, because he's just absolutely blasting everything to smithereens. This heat was just pure domination, and I still reckon he's got more in the tank.
Highest wave and heat score total of the day. Number 1, though. 18-year-old wildcard upsets the current world number 1. Huge moment for Ellie Harrison, the biggest of her career, and she's making a habit of creating these moments at the moment.
Yeah, she's on some kind of special roll. Got the victory down there or over there at Newcastle. Came back to the hometown of Bells and got the win done. You can see there the yellow jersey. She'll be facing the elimination round, and another sort of elation moment for the local crowd. On your Ellie, some great surfing too. Looked really confident. Didn't look like she was, under nerves or getting overwhelmed with the moment of being in a CT event. So she's got more too.
Yeah, I guess from Ellie's perspective, you don't want other people to come to your like you're a visitor. And she just did a really good job of identifying where the opportunities were out there today, Vaughan.
Yeah, really impressive, and my favourite moment of the day too, because along with Tully Wiley, because the locals, they had so much support. The atmosphere on the hill was just charged up. The beach was so loud, and you just can feel that there's going to be twice as many people down to cheer these guys on in the next heat.
All right, boys. Well, we're going to be back down here early tomorrow morning, having a look at the conditions, seeing what the call's going to be. 7:30 call for a potential 8 o'clock start. Really fun day. Thanks for your commitment, Vaughan.
Yeah, I had a ball. It was absolutely fantastic just being down there and being in the thick of it. Bells is all-time, one of my favourite comps ever, and just the memories just keep on coming, even though I can't remember a lot of them from the early years here, Ron.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow morning, 7:30 call, potential 8 o'clock start. Stay tuned to WorldSurfLeague.com. We'll leave you with the highlights.
Blinding lights, dazzling, like a dream about to begin within, changing within, changing within, changing within, changing within, changing within, changing within. Is it what you want? Is it what you need? float into the sky. No more tears, let them dry. Oh, the world is passing us by, 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 passing us by. Is it what you want? Is it what you need? Does it set your spirit free? Can you feel the rush of new world to see? This is where we're meant to be. Is it what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you need? Does it set your spirit free? Is it what you want? Is it what you need? Does it set your spirit free? Can you feel the rush of new world to see? This is where we're meant to be. Is it what
Reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any